Hello everyone, and welcome to Free Enterprise. You are watching our community club showcase for today with the Baron Hero's Journey as we step into the sensible orthopedic locers of the Dark Inventor, Dr. Luke. I'm Roddy Sniper, joined by Alchemy. On commentary, we've got Darth Plague'll tracking for us, and Beauty and Discovery pulling the levers behind the scenes. And Alchemy,
Yep.
you're the leader of this community club. This is your you put these flag sets together and do a wonderful job with everything. And
I
so what
made
does it
this
mean to
smiley
be
face.
Dr. Luge? And what about this flag set are you particularly fond of?
Uh, I I told Rowdy in the backstage that I made this flex because it was funny, and I stand by my words. It is very funny because it's just like Hero Tella, which is already tough in its own regard, in its own way, and then just like four Sids, and I just think that's just funny. It's like the old rigid percent where you only have like bad in quotes characters, except it's all Sids. So like everyone's gonna be really slow for the most part. There's the Tela solo fight and Ordeals, which can go very sideways, very fast if you're not ready. And otherwise, it's pretty standard. Oh yeah, there's the meta objective. Here in Baron's Hero's Journey, we like to do objectives that go beyond the game itself, like things that the game can't track. And the meta objective for today is quote unquote, not me, them, referencing the Luge fight, in which one of the seats must punch Tella and KO him in the Ceremus fight. Oh, yeah, the idea of this is that Tella represents Dr. Luge, and the seats are like Barnabas Mark II, I've called them in the Discord post. And they should punch things.
Yeah, Tella not known for offensive capabilities, and Sid has a lot of HP, but also not a lot of offensive capabilities. But you have had a little bit of giving the runners a little bit of help on this flag set with T Wild and S Wild, meaning that a lot of good gear will be available in the in the chests in the shops. Just a matter of finding the few things the Sids can use. Also, the MP glitch is on, so you can overflow Tella's MP and get a chance to use that media once you get through that rather tricky, that potentially tricky Ordeals fight. So you've definitely given these runners some tools to work with.
Yeah, for sure. The thing is that S Wild has a quarter, so you can sell a lot of good equipment and buy whatever you want, but it's gonna be expensive because selling just gonna it's gonna net you less money, and that T Wild is really good because we do have adamant armors. So, maybe you can spike some.
Yeah, that would go a long way in helping some of those speed up some of those Sids, like you said. As it looks like we are off and running. And no surprise, we got a starting Sid as the only character that we'll find in this flag set, other than our starting Tella, is Sid's, like you said.
Yeah, and if I recall correctly, I put like what was it? Oh yeah, perma join because that way you wouldn't have to think about like you wouldn't have to see that message of oh they want to join or do you want to join or whatever like every time because there's only Zids in the Sid.
So, in addition to our first of many Sids, we get adamant. We get a hunk of rock. We get the adamant to.
That is real nice.
Yeah, it's one half of our forge objective here. Uh, given that it is Dr. Luge, all of the objectives are based on the technology-based locations: Tower Zat, Tower of Babel, the Giant of Babel, the Super Cannon, and Launch the Falcon. So, very thematic.
He's a science man. He likes science. So
Yeah.
go the science places.
So,
Also, like the best weapon combination for Sid is Artemis bow, Artemis arrow. Artemis arrows are pretty rare because of their dragon, racial attack. So samurai, like Artemis samurai arrows, are just as good for the most part.
Yeah, Artemis, the Artemis bow in particular would be. I think the Artemis bow will work with even like a charm arrow or
Oh yeah,
maybe not so much a poison arrow. Poison arrow kind of being the low end of that, but just having that ability to speed up Sid and get the extra strength bonus as well, because most of his equipment doesn't give any strength boosts. So
yeah. There's the Earth Hammer that does that, but not only is it two-handed, but also like the attack power isn't very high and the strength bonus isn't that amazing, all things considered, compared to like other powerful weapons that other characters can get. That is, yeah, Sid is good with axes, so there are some good axes like the Poison Axe and the Ogre Axe. There's the Rune Axe, which is great. It allows us to defeat the mage type enemies and bosses in really fast. Also, Ogre Axe will allow us to do a Mag Giant grind, but wow, why would you do a Mag Giant grind having Tela in the party? You can tell that I'm still like Timu Sound 6 like brained when I'm thinking about Mag Giants.
well, and it'd be a way to get a lot of gold, I think, about it, because there's no experience on our regular enemies, correct?
Oh yeah, if I recall correctly, yeah.
So yeah, not a lot of benefit unless you really want to get money for an adamant armor, which hey.
Oh wow, I totally forgot about that. It's good point. See, Rowdy keeping me honest on my own flag set. Just
Well,
saying, I've made a lot of flag sets. It's hard to keep track of them.
I've certainly gone into things even as a race even races going, oh yeah, that was a flag. Shoot. Oh no.
Oh wow, this is a great shop. I saw some moon veils and everything.
Let's see, Zeus gauntlets there as well. That'll help make those Sids a little bit stronger.
Yeah, the thing is that Sid is usually a pretty underrated character because almost everything he can do, and like Kane or Cecil can do better, except be a really tanky dude, which is the thing he does best. But when your only character is Sid, you can dump all of the good equipment that would go to other characters onto him and have him shine.
Yeah, again, he can once you get the right gear on him, you can boost those stats like you said. And yeah, Soma drops there as well. That's nice to have for at least one for Tela, just so you don't have to MP glitch every time to utilize the Meteo spell.
Oh yeah.
Dwarf Axe for Tybalt in the tower, that'll allow for easy back row glitching of our Sids.
It's also like, I know that Sid can equip bows, but it's so much faster to do that with the Dwarf Axe instead of having to equip the bow and the arrow and then remove the bow and the arrow to equip something else or whatever. You just put the axe on, put the axe off. It's kind of nice. Zeus gauntlets are very nice to put on Sid, of course, because of the immense attack boost. But another item that racers might consider if they see is like crystal rings, because they make Sid pretty dang fast in comparison to how very slow he usually is.
Yeah, no, that's it's gonna depend on how you want your party to go. They are gonna get a little bit faster naturally than Tela, just because Tela's agility growth is minimal. So
That's a
a
nice
little bit faster, but
comparison.
they do need a little help to get to that RA1 agility anchoring that runners like to have to make fights go more predictably.
The other thing about this flag set is that because it's T Wild instead of T Wild Age or T Pro, usually you could favor loot locations with more density over what will usually have good loot. But also, for example, Evelyn doesn't have, like, it has still a pretty decent density, but the trap chest make it difficult to, you know, properly loot the whole place. But also, knowing where those monster boxes are is a good call, because it monster boxes guarantee, like, from tier 5 onwards, and also they do give EXP if I recall correctly. So it's good to know where they are.
Yeah, you know, we are seeing two different approaches here. Stony taking the, like you said, the open but denser checks like the Amsium Basement and Watery Pass. Tibble spending a good amount of time scoping out everything here in Castle Evelyn. You know, getting that knowledge so he can quickly pop back in and take care of it. As Stony getting the knowledge of Karate Man waiting in the Antlion.
Karate Man can be pretty tricky in some locations, so despite him being like pseudo free, I'm glad to see him here. Ooh, glass hats for sale at Mysteria. Those are very nice. Pretty sure that glass hats are like the max, like the headgear that gives the most physical defense or something like that. It's really good.
Yeah, I think it's like 30 or something like that, which is a tremendous amount of defensive power for a headgear slot.
Ooh, was that the Earth Crystal?
It was the Earth Crystal on Stony's side.
Oh my gosh. That is
another
huge.
interesting shop in Mysidia for Tybalt is they've got Hourglass Ones and Stardust.
That's gonna take care of the overworld for Tybalt, those items on their own.
Yeah, no question. The Stardust doing a sizable chunk of AoE damage per every time they use one, so very nice to have.
But the Earth Crystal gives us the possibility of getting to the treasury, and again, while it's not gated, while the treasures are not like tiered, that they don't have different rates of how good equipment might be. That's still a lot of chests, really, all clumped up together.
Yeah, no, I don't remember the exact number off the top of my head. I think it's like 16 to 20, somewhere in that range. So a nice chance of finding something really good.
I once was told on this flag set that the true meta to play this flag set well was to dismiss sets until you got the party with the colors you wanted. And I think I've never forgotten that comment. It still makes me giggle.
We are seeing the range of the various palette swaps available for the various characters. When you have multiple in your party, I think we saw the Mega Man sprite just recently on Tybalt's side, among others.
Yep. I like that Tybalt is going straight up amount Ordeals. Let's see what's up in here.
Yeah, I think those Stardusts have given him a little bit more confidence heading up here early. As Stony won't need much confidence for this fight here at the Fagul defense, as it's King Queen Evelyn.
That's real nice. A little reprieve.
Yeah.
I see that Tybalt is opting for just getting this Bahamut over with, but those damage values are kind of low.
Yeah, not a good amount of hit points here at this spot for the early game, and there's the hook for Stony.
That's a required item.
But in most, looking at those damage values, like you said, looking at the these early fights that Stony's taking, getting just a little bit of experience on these characters might help with that somewhat.
Oh boy, that Stardust better get Bahamut out of the way. Ooh, it did.
Yeah, pretty good roll on that Stardust to get through.
Very nice. Wait, that spot doesn't give EXP? What? That's rude. Speaking of rude,
Ooh.
dude, Stony found, I think, samurai arrows at Silvera. Very nice. And sirens. Wow, stacked.
Those samurai arrows will work well. I think both these runners have found an elven bow, so that's a pretty strong bow for early game. And I like those ninja hats. You were talking about the glass hats for the defensive capabilities. Ninja hats, agility boost.
Oh yeah. Not only agility boost, I think they also have some like +3 strength or something. They're pretty good.
Additional strength and not to be undersold, the ability to stay to resist sleep, which will be very nice for the Staleman chest on the hook route. Since
yeah. It's so easy to get overconfident on the Sailman chest and then get completely demolished by them without even like realizing that that's what's gonna happen. By the time half of your party or more is asleep on the floor and getting punched to death, it's too late.
Yeah, or my particular favorite move is having a Sid survive and then getting sleep locked as soon as they wake back up.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh wow. Very nice. Evil Will going down on table side while Sonic seeks to join him.
Mid, what are you doing here? You don't show up till the next game.
Our tracker, Darth Wiggle, asking, what's the relationship between Sirens and Inu XP? Yeah, I got really excited about Sirens, but we can get the XP, huh? The relationship is bad. I don't think they're together anymore.
It depends if you just really want to flex and break a bunch of eggs in this economy.
Yeah, I mean, some fights are still good to find in case you need something, but yeah, for the most part, Sirens aren't gonna do you much good.
Yeah, I mean, there are like you indicate there are some in this case literal edge cases because you need edge for them. You can steal
Yes.
silk webs off of the centipedes outside of the forge, and you can summon. I believe you can summon one of the ogre encounters in Cave Magnus to try and steal pocket wines if you need it. But Sid not known for his ability to steal things.
Not much sleight of hand on Sid, no.
Except for the hearts of some members of our community.
Oh wow, Kinaso on that spot, but hey, people just had a Boreas.
Yeah, no, the Japanese items here in the looting coming in handy, but there we go. Having a Stardust cast, that should be just enough to get through.
Ooh, yeah, without J items or just a desperate like power staff, headband, Tela, that fight will have been a big problem.
Yeah, the fact that Tela learns all of his good spells after completing the fight.
Yeah, and like unless Utella is very strong, like we said, or you have some other different offensive options, you are just gonna get soft locked basically at that fight because that Kinasu is just gonna keep healing himself while your damage just cannot keep up.
Yeah, only 1,000 HP at that spot, but usually enough to outpace even an ice one that they're resistant to.
Didn't discover our streamer mentioning you haven't lived till you face a gauntlet with your Otella at that spot? Yeah, that's an experience.
Yeah, that's definitely where you make a trek back over to the city to buy more of those Stardusts.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So Tibble gonna get the good news about the samurai arrows and other goodies here in Silvera.
Did Stony do a recall and got virus and got rid of the evil wall? Is that
nice.
what's happening? That's so good.
Yeah, Recall, definitely one of those abilities that major gamble to use it because most of the time you just get fire one or something useless or not even anything. But that time, coming in big and clearing out the wall.
Like, if you look at it in like the wiki or whatever, the odds for recall are just so bad. They're like it's like I believe like a 30% of getting like of it like not working, and like a 20% of getting like fire one and stuff like that. It's so bad.
It definitely feels like just having a little bit of fun for the restream, and oh, there was the twin harp there for
Oh yeah,
gamers,
I totally forgot that you didn't get a key item. I was so blown away by the Kinas at this spot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, very fair. No, that'll
I should have
be
said washed away. That would have been so much better. Oh, hey, Cure 2 on Starvales. That's pretty nice at Fabul.
yeah, especially those star veils. Always good to have a nice stack of those, particularly depending on how they have to approach the end of the game here. Runners retracing each other's steps. Tybalt going to get his Earth Crystal out of the pool defense, while Stony didn't have the Boreas item, so having to utilize Lip 1 to take care of to block the waves.
At least Ice One is doing some pretty good damage on Kinatsu there.
Yeah, Stony should be in position to get through this. It's that question of, obviously a lot more time in comparison to what Tybalt had to deal with, because the Boreas basically put the Kanatsu in the phase 2.
Yeah. Here we go. Meanwhile, Tybalt getting rid of the Kickwing Emblem. And the worst part about this is that it heals you, so you can't even get the MP glitch on Tela. But hey, Sony got through it.
Yep. Fortunately, the ice 2 enough. Believe that both these runners did find a little bit of additional gear to help with the boost Tela's wisdom stat to make that do a little bit more damage. So very helpful there.
Now that both our racers have retraced most of their steps, I mean, Tybalt hasn't done online yet because he was doing Evelyn, but we'll see what happens from here. Where's Sony going?
Yeah, obviously with both the Twin Harp and the Earth Crystal, that Troy area, you can kind of clean that out nicely. We do have a hook for underground access, but kind of depends on how much you want to deal with that.
Yeah, one of the reasons why I put on T-Wild instead of T-Wild Dash is that while T-Wild Dash will have guaranteed like overall better equipment, on average, this will guarantee more high spikes of really good equipment that you can sell for a lot of money. That was the idea.
I think that plays well to this party because you're really going to want to be able to sell things. You're really going to want to sell things for the end game because I'm looking at these objectives, and the only really difficult high XP fight you're going to have high XP fight you're potentially required to do is the Giant of Battle. So I'm thinking might have to utilize 1200 strats here, or some other way of getting through Zerona's fight if you get in go mode early enough.
Oh yeah, if you got a fast go mode, Like we start with half of the adamant, you know, Earth Crystal is here at Lion, and we got the hook. So that's like, and then defeating the boss. Like we only need Tower Key and the Legend Sword, and it's go mode. But like, are you gonna do the giant? That's the thing, right? Even if you had the choice of doing giant or searching for monkey items, are you doing the giant with Eno XP?
Yeah, no, that's where that flag that flag choice definitely throws a wrench in things because I could see, you know, without that, you know, it would be a no-brainer. Just go get Teledor deals as soon as you get the Darkness Crystal, make the climb. Kamikazes and Silk Webs here. Very nice shot to be aware of as well.
Yeah. You know, when I make these flag sets, I've got so many made for this club that I always have to trust past me that past me did something cool and interesting, and then because present me doesn't remember it entirely, like I have to go like, oh yeah, that's what this flag set was about. But then when I see it and in motion, I'm like, oh yeah, the nitty gritty is this and that. Oh boy, speaking of nitty gritty, have 5 fights.
Yeah, the Barovian Senate having a nice meal with one of their constituents here in the pub.
Stony says no. Stony says hourglasses. Oh, silk webs. Fair enough.
Yeah, picking up those Silk Webs. A little surprised they didn't
Oh,
go with those blizzards. The blizzards from a Sid should be enough to clear out most everything here, but
don't they
obviously,
resist water, the fishes or whatever? Oh wait, no. The reptiles are weak to ice, right?
you know, the reptiles are weak to ice, and you know, like a Thor Rage won't work on the Elect fishes.
Of course, the leg fishes.
But
That enemy annoys me. It's like the devs were having a laugh. The it's like Sakamoto at Square Enix. Sorry, at Square was like, haha, what if we put a fish that absorbed electricity and also was flying so you couldn't quake it even if you had it? Wouldn't that be funny? And then they did it. Also,
yeah,
big find from Sony.
meanwhile, T Wild Treasury for Tybalt, not a lot, but did get a Moon Veil that's usable and a Crystal Sword that'll sell for a good chunk of change, even on the Escorter flag. So very nice pickup there.
We could find, considering it says wild, we could find a shop that sells adamant armor. And if we find that, that crystal sword is gonna be real nice. I'm getting a good chunk of the way there. Ooh, Stony is going for music.
Yeah, going to eschew gonna eschew the Baron in check for something that it's probably going to be a little bit faster because even with these Sids, even if they pick a bunch of Japanese items to get through the AOE quickly with one of those Sids, it's still a slow fight. So I can appreciate just leaving that for later.
Me too, honestly. Like, Tela doesn't get Quake. I think Tela does have Virus, so your best option will be have a Tela really beefed up with like a Stardust Rod and some like a Black Robe or something like that, and just like group cast Virus. I think that will be very effective, but you will need to get Tela there first, you know, with equipment.
Yeah, I don't think any of these runners have seen a crystal ring to really boost him up nicely. Just those ninja hats, so gonna have to wait for those Sids to go first, I think.
Yeah. Oh wow, everyone's paralyzed already. Me attacked you. Oh, there was a free dwarf axe Baron. Huh. The things people put in pots. You will never believe. Wait, no, this is Kaipo. Sorry. Ooh, live pots.
Those are a nice find since our only source of white magic isn't exactly the most durable.
No, not the most durable, not the most effective white magic, not the most reliable white magic for a long term of time considering that MP pool.
But speaking of things that are enduring, we will respect chat's enduring love for our randomized harp music and take a break here and let DJ Spoonie B do his thing. And Stony, dealing with a very confused Dr. Luge, is wondering why Tella is cosplaying as him. But getting through the fight and getting the pan when they go to the underground. Meanwhile, Tybalt is tackling that Barovian Senate alt gauntlet that we saw at Baron Inn and making good progress through it.
Yeah, just basically burning through the rest of the Stardust items. And honestly, yeah, good place to use them. I
Yeah,
don't
you're
think
not.
anything is left in the overworld aside from like Sod and the hook route that could be remotely challenging and useful for those items to be used on.
Yep, exactly what I was just gonna. Where I was thinking with that. The Stardust are very nice items, but their utility kind of starts to drop off, and this is probably the last really viable spot for them.
Ooh, is Tony going up there in Sod? Fair enough. You want the EXP for the Stony hadn't checked the treasury yet. Nice. Oh my gosh. That tower key is required.
Yeah, that is one of our objectives, and yeah, be curious to see if Stony gets a darkness crystal or the legend sword, because that very much puts Tybalt in a good position.
I mean, after the hook route and once they are underground, Stony has the pan, and so can't just go to Sylph Cave and basically get 3 key item checks on top of the 4th one from the freebie in Feymarch. That's a lot of chances that it could be the Legend Sword, really.
Yeah, and with our key items being either K main or K moon, that means that at least likely going to get the darkness crystal you're going to have to get the darkness crystal rather than die of the lunar altars. So, uh,
Ooh.
going to at least have the darkness crystal for that. But that tower key we talked about earlier. Even if you're powerful, that gauntlet takes time, and I can see where they would not want to. They would not prioritize going back and revisit that check, especially like you said after that pan.
I hope that Sony remembers it, and when Sony comes back up from bonking Yang, they remember to do that check, because as we saw, it's very important.
Stony now going to be taking on the Mom Bomb here at Zot 1, the Maga Sister spot. Likely going to be seeing the second and third phases here because 9,000 HP at this spot plus the extra HP. This party not necessarily going to get through that very quickly.
Oh yeah, especially with the extra HP that Mom gets. But hey, those hits are dealing some pretty decent damage, at least some of them.
Stony utilizing Berserk to make those hits come out faster and harder, and could end up making a liar out of me, and I hope so, because Mom Bomb can be such a slow fight.
Oh yeah, it's one of the fights that I look forward the least on fighting at any point.
It's not necessarily the most difficult fight, and even if you can, unless it's a case where the Mom Bomb's explosion form just does way more damage than an early level party can handle, but it just takes time.
Oh yeah. Ooh, but Tybalt is hot on the heels of Stony, doing that dark elf check, the music check, and so we'll get his own Pang, I believe, if I recall.
Yeah, we'll get the pan going through here, so definitely worth the time. Do see the smaller bomb phases here on Stony's side, as unfortunately, as we see the importance of having Metal Gear before doing the harp check, because Tibble having to take a little bit extra time getting through the script here.
Metal Gear? Huh.
So, and now we're going to get a reprise of the harp music here on Tybalt's side. So, once again, we'll take a break here as Stony gets through the Mom Bomb fight and let you enjoy the tunes. All right, Tibble getting through the music fight here, and
We
Stony getting a
have.
very unpleasant surprise here at the top of 2 in the form of a big scoop of vanilla.
Yup. Tipping, tipping my vanilla tiara. Here it is again. Um. Yeah, this fight is super gross. All you can do is berserk your fighters and heal folks. You know, this is why I love having a big stack of Cure 2s at least or something. Unlike John in chat mentions like 6k health isn't awful, but ugh. Yeah, but ugh. Bit ugh.
Yeah, no, it's not the worst spot. I don't know if either of these runners saw heal potions as well. Those would be very nice
Oh
to have right about
yeah.
now.
I don't remember seeing a heal potion show up on the screen. Yeah, either. Gross. You know, you would think that Mylon will be the one with petrification magic, but Wallace is the one that has it, huh? Weird.
You know, if I would, Fiend of Earth, rocks, a little bit too on the nose, maybe. That's why he's got the lightning magic, and Valvalis has the rock. Let's not think about it.
There we go. Stony getting through that harsh fight. Good work.
Yeah, very nicely done getting through that. That was not a fun fight.
Meanwhile, Tybalt is hot on Stony's heels, getting rid of the mom bomb. We'll see what this gets us. Oh. You don't want to go down there.
Not with the warp glitch on, no.
Yup.
Yeah, Stony can just use that Tella's warp spell to, in the after completing the dwarf castle fights, and sneak into the back of the sealed cave, avoid that long fight and a potentially awkward boss. Can't even use it for a door grind because of the no XP.
Yup. It just that we have boss hunts objectives, not even the Demist, so really there is no reason to ever go down to Steel Cave. But you know, we are very close to 4 tanky items, so that's very nice.
Yeah, that is a nice benefit there. Makes the fights, especially the monster boxes, that double experience, and help get this party a little bit stronger. Which this has been a very loaded overworld so far. We haven't even touched the underground, and like our tracker Darth Plagueis pointing out, 7 key items for Stony, and Tibble coming up on their 8th.
Yup. So, as much as we've been having fun gallivanting through the overworld, the moment approaches, the hook route must be done.
Yeah, the Force hook flag is on, meaning that this has to be the way underground. There will not be a magma key to bail out the runners, and it's an objective anyway, so you might as well do it. Getting to launch the Falcon objective.
But yeah, we've seen nice and easy hook routes, and we see some really nasty hook routes. But oh boy, Illusions are very nice because you only have one blink caster, so it's good to know that those are there in case you need them for whatever it's down here. There it is. There's the Stardust Rod.
That's very nice to have. Um,
You know, if you're gonna be casting spells with Tela, make them count. There's only
Yeah,
so
I
many
know.
you can cast.
Not going to be quite as useful as an item here as it would have been in the early game.
Oh my gosh, opting for Vine Poison Axes. You know what? If you have Sage rocking great bows, I agree.
Yeah, no, it's one of those ones where it's like, okay, yeah, I get it.
We were here in the booth raving about the Stardust Rod, and then comes Tony and say, you know what? I would rather have 3 axes than 1 staff. And with
Well,
those equipments that the Siths have, yeah, I get it.
you know, and it shows that there is, you know, even with a party of 4 Sids and a Tela, there is flexibility in how you approach this seed. You could absolutely rely on Tela for his black magic capabilities. You can use the MP glitch and take advantage of all the of Meteo casts, or you can just say, Tela, you're going to be a Berserk and Blink caster, and you're going to get these other you're going to get these Sids up and running, and they're just going to quad Zerk everything.
Yup. And here's the thing, like, the MP glitch is on, and that's great, but some of the spots that heal you in this game are the trickiest. It's kind of funny, including the Rubicante spot. It's like, even if you try to MP glitch, you're gonna get healed back to maximum, nullifying the effects of the glitch. And that fight is hard. You definitely wish you could beat you with Tilla.
Yeah, no, that the game does seem to give you a free heal right at those those spots where you really want that MB glitch active.
But we see that it is a sparkle. That's scary. Uh-oh.
Yeah, we have not. I think that'll be our first sparkle we've seen so far. So
Could be anything. And that's pretty bad. You almost want it to be Plague, because Plague, at least with a good knowledge of the gimmick, you can kind of get around it, no matter the spot it's in, with enough like patience and resources. But like Wyvern, for example, can just like decimate your party. Pogo Pogo. Oof, so many bad choices. Oh wow, look at those axes making quick work of the stalemate.
to say those poison axes paying off, and as our tracker found out, there's a free poison axe later in there, and I Baheim blast that none of these that the runners will not be able to take advantage of.
You can sell.
Yeah,
Ooh,
there's a free rune axe just in time for the Mad
For
Ogre.
the asteroid that's gonna show up, huh? Right? They wish.
Meanwhile, Tibble trying to hang on during this very difficult Valvalis fight, getting the damage in, just trying to keep the party up and going here. Like I said, this is not an easy fight for pretty much any party, especially one without a cane. But getting through, very nicely done by both these runners.
Good word. Ooh, Stony going for that. Is this like an EXP play, perhaps?
I would think so. This is a pretty good experience spot. We've got a whole bunch of giant slaying gear, so
Yeah, but the giants punch really hard, so it's definitely tricky.
some of our Sids have good equipment.
Ah, I see. But this is punch pretty hard. This is like, there is a timer to this fight, and you gotta get ready. Ooh, life glitching out of the ogres. It's gonna come real handy for this hook route.
Yeah, absolutely.
And this could be an adamant armor.
And after seeing that sparkle, I would be very happy for that, because that doesn't solve all of our problems, particularly if they're wyvern related, but it does make a lot of them go away.
Indeed.
And, Yeah, our restreamer Beauty and Discovery pointing out, that Sparkle kind of wanted to be plagued since we've got so many bow archers for on our side with Sid, because the bow does take advantage of the flying type that plague is, but
Oh,
we haven't
you
gotten
know,
anything else. Those
I
are
think that
Artemis.
lunar staff. That part is up. Tell us white magic. Very nice.
Yeah, it is. That's +10 to the willpower stat. I'm happy about that Dragoon armor right now, knowing that there's a pretty strong chance I'm up against a dragon.
Oh yeah, big chance. For sure. Crystal. Oh,
I missed that when Stony did the shop check, but that's pretty big too.
and I believe Tibalt bought a couple.
Yeah, I think that's probably that might be a better use of that might be a better use of the money. That might be the best use of the money, even over the offensive capabilities, just for that speed and for the defense. Plus, if I remember correctly, that also has a dragon resistance as well, doesn't it?
Yup, it does. It's like, you know, we could get like Peldim, and that would be pretty nice because again, of that dragon resistant gear that we got in our hands for both racers.
Yeah, not the fastest fight, but I would definitely a manageable fight.
Yeah, at least with this equipment at this point. There is the MP glitch. Stony performing it very nicely for that Kingpin Airline spot fight, which
That's
can be pretty tricky.
Yeah, the spot is very fast, has a ton of attack power, and it's another Sparkle.
Oh boy, dear Lunars, huh?
Well, Stony
Wow,
gonna
they're
be
not
very
putting that
happy
on.
that they got the MP glitch up.
Oh, and you know, and they are dragons, I believe. So the dragon defensive gear is coming in handy. But yeah, do the video.
Use of that Meteo. Fire 3 would probably do the trick, but Meteo is a bit
Yeah,
more
Fire
fun.
3 will be pretty good too.
I would,
Oh,
I would,
Meteor's
say I would
so
probably
slow.
heal up that Tello real quick though.
Maybe Sony doesn't have any healing items at this point. Oh no!
Oh,
The frog! There's the breath.
yeah, just a little bit too fast. Just a little bit too fast for that Meteo cast. The Meteo does have a ponderously long cast time.
Yeah, ponderously is a great word to use because as you are using it, you both own like it both gives you time to ponder, and you ponder why did I cast this? It's taking 500 years to come out.
Yeah, sometimes you need sometimes you need to go make a fresh pot of tea and grow the tea. Yeah, Fire 3 should do the job here because it's 3,000, it's 6,000 experience split between the two dragons, so that should be good enough. But yeah, now that both of these runners are in the same spot.
Oh,
That,
people still
unfortunately.
had some Stardust items from like lying around. You know, when you shove your hand in your pocket and it's like, oh, I've got some Stardust here still, man.
Yeah, no, this is, I will have to retract what I said earlier. This is a good spot for some of those if you do have that handful, because that took about a third of the HP off of.
Yeah, for
the
like
dragon.
multi-target bosses, it's pretty nice, honestly. Oh wow, big bop for 1,000. Anyone? Yikes.
Yeah, you can see the difference. 180 on the top on the Sid in the top slot versus that's not good. 1,000 in the middle slot.
I mean, how much magic power does this have? Maybe it's better to hit them and have them cast the viruses, right?
It is.
I don't remember
It's
this.
pretty
This
low if I
place
remember
having,
correctly.
yeah, right. This place has like no magic power or something. Oh, lunar frogs.
We do have one frog, so that does help. John Burkett in chat pointing out that the magic attack is low, but it is very fast, so you are going to be taking a lot of those viruses still. So you know, not really a great path.
But with one Lunar Frog down, the whole like reflex stick kind of goes down the drain. So it's looking good for Tybalt if
Yeah.
Tybalt keeps it up.
Meanwhile, Stony using Cure 4 to get one of these D-Lunars down, which
Oh, so
amazing.
smart!
Yeah, it's a good use of that, taking advantage of the undead status of the D-Lunars, as well as...
Oh, bad luck on the punch.
That's,
If you have an elixir in your pocket, that's also a great moment to use it too.
yeah.
Freeze well.
Tybalt...
There's so many ways
right?
you can deal with these dinosaurs. Yeah, Tybalt doing great, and sadly it's Sony taking another wipe. After almost being there, because this fight is tricky, absolutely.
Yeah, and having the strategy, using the Cure 4, getting the first one down, and then just getting bop, get that Tele getting bop before he can cast another Cure 4 is that's tough.
Let's see what's waiting for us at the Rubicanta spot.
At least we know it's not going to be the D-Lunars.
True. Robit, more like Ribbit. Am I right, folks?
That'll be the Barabbas Mark III, just a bunch of frogs.
Just frog.
That's editorial, yeah.
Oh no, it had to be a Rapogo.
My kingdom for some Artemis arrows right about now.
Oh yeah.
Or an Artemis bow.
As our streamer Beauty pointing out in chat, that Moonveil looking mighty tempting. With a Moonveil and some Q2s, you win this fight.
Yeah. Yeah, because you're only gonna really want because the downside of the Moonveil is that it doesn't block the big waves. So you're still gonna need to keep. You're gonna need somebody to keep up and be healing. So ugh.
To answer the question of my streamer of Alchemy, what did these runners do to you for this hood route? Absolutely nothing. I always have the best wishes of the racers in my heart. My heart is pure. I always wish the best when I roll seeds. Anyone in the community can vouch that I always say, I hope it's a kind one. And whether or not the seed generator lasts in my face is out of my control.
So, given the twists and turns and challenges the sea has thrown at our runners, I think now is a good time to request that if you haven't already, give both these runners a follow and check out their streams as they play this game, because they are definitely taking on they're taking on a challenge here today and really handling it very well.
Absolutely. This scene has been pretty tricky in a myriad of different ways. And our racers have been doing a great job of dealing with the nonsense that sometimes has been thrown their way.
Some bad luck here and there, kind of making things a little bit harder, but
Tybalt seems to be focusing all of like his party power in the seat of the top and just going ham. I'm hoping for the best. Let's see if that works out.
Yeah, this is now a damage race, as he's got to get that Ogopogo down before the next big wave, the double big wave.
Oh.
And unfortunately,
Stony getting through that nasty fight. It is his time to face against the dreaded Ogopogo Rubicante.
Yeah, that's very nicely done, getting through that fight and going to be rewarded with one that's even.
Yeah,
a very different challenge.
It's like that the Lunars fight was like like a tech fight where you had to know the tag. And this one's it's just like a numbers fight. It's like, oh yeah, time to deal with big numbers.
Yeah, that's 25,000 hit points. These runners will have to make their way through using characters that are pretty well equipped for their slot, but not exactly the strongest damage dealers. Yeah, you know, that Tello only having 500 HP on Stoney's side. The upside is that means a Cure 2 will full heal him, but that's about it.
That's about it, yeah.
And of course, Tella taking the first hit.
Like it is very interesting. Like Tella, despite being very frail, it's not like Tella's not gonna be the cornerstone of your team, but you definitely notice and appreciate when he's around to support the team, and when he's not, you really notice it.
Yeah, one thing I've always enjoyed seeing about, I've been playing for Enterprise since 2020, and it's been interesting to see how the appreciation for different characters changes over time. I think Tella really had, when I first started playing, it was like, oh no, Tella's in your party? Well, he's just an agility anchor. And I think really people have warmed up to Tella thanks to some of the flag sets and making sure that Fusoya sometimes gets a vacation for most of our tournaments. He is very strong in the spells that he gets. It's just, he's got some very glaring drawbacks.
Yeah. Ether's coming in clutch. That blink.
Yeah, I do like.
I mean, thankfully, all the Gogo Pogo does is punch and then wave. So as long as you can keep people up with the punches and the waves, you're good. And those Gear 4s are definitely doing great on the whole HP department.
Yeah, I will say I like this party better than one that's heavily magic based because of they're not going to be running against the blaze counters that they would otherwise be getting. So there are some pros and cons to this.
Ogo Pogo here is always a bad time if you're doing a hook route. It is all like just about no matter what your party is, for the most part, barring weird, early Crystal Soul Cecils with adamant armors or whatever. You're just gonna have a bad time.
That's very true. That double big wave to start off the fight just puts you on your heels. Streamer pointing out that Tybalt might be running low on MP on that Sid. We do know that we see Stoney's been using a lot of Ether 1s to keep Tella topped off.
It's always bothered me in this game that the healing the restorative power of items is like a spell that also is subject to the damage randomization value. It's so weird. It's always bothered me a little bit. Yeah, sometimes you get 40 MP, sometimes you get 32.
Yeah, no, that particularly in the giant grind, the D machine of the giant grind fight, when you need to get that HP back up, you're just like, oh no, guess not. G-Bomb in chat pointing out that you see the equipment difference as well as... Oh, very nicely done, Tybalt. Getting through the fight.
Good work, Tybalt, getting through that nonsense.
But do you see the difference between Charm Rods versus the Lunar Staff? The Lunar Staff, the plus 10 Wisdom buff, not very helpful for white magic, but still enough to get through a very, very unpleasant fight. Nicely done.
Hopefully Sony can get there too real soon. I haven't been counting HP.
Yeah, neither have I.
Really hope so. He's been in the
Stone,
fight for a while.
yeah. I mean, when you're doing 600 damage per swing, you're not. It's gonna take a while to get through 2,500 or 25,000 experience or HP.
25,000. Oh man, that's so much HP. Uh-oh, this big wave is gonna defeat the... Oh no, this is the single wave.
Yeah, fortunately.
Whoo! I'm Stony because of the usage of the ether still has MP to drop that cure for. Very nice. Honestly, having one sit down so the healing spread it's like higher because it gets split less on the cure force. It's probably a good idea, honestly, thinking about it.
No, that is a very good point. Being able to focus the healing on 4 characters rather than have it take to an extra one definitely goes a long way as well.
There it is, Stony getting through that Ogopogo. Not too far after Kibbled. Very nice.
Yeah, no, managing the Ogopogo fight a little bit better, a little bit a little bit very nicely, making up some of the time after the difficulties on the D-Lunars fight. So, very much a neck and neck race here. I think the only real difference is that tower key off of the Baron in Alt Gauntlet.
Yup. Now let's see what both of these racers do in regards to the routing underground. Both of them have the Pang. And T-Ball interestingly chose to go in Tomra to do some shopping and to drop off some of the, heavy, full inventory.
Yeah, makes sense. Checking in with the job dwarf to get those 8 treasure chests as well. And, the hope of the adamant armor in a random chest is still alive.
It is.
We haven't seen Artemis pose either, so I'd like to get a little bit something. Because as you saw in that last fight, the ogre axes do have a ceiling.
That they do. What's that? The free? Oh, there it is. Adamant armor, right? Did my eyes play tricks on me?
I missed it. I blinked.
Yep. Chat's confirming it.
Nice.
I got so excited about it that I missed what the freebie was.
Rat tail.
Oh, awesome. Stony, meanwhile, going down there for the pan check. I don't blame Stony. I will do the exact same thing, honestly.
Yeah, no, you don't have the tower key. You got 2 checks here through Sheila 1 and 2, plus an item check here with the Sylph. So, yeah, makes a lot of sense.
Ooh, Stony still hasn't done the Baron Ing fight. Fair enough. Yeah, the Stony lacks the tower key.
Yeah, and it's one of those things where if Stony gets the darkness crystal, may not want to try and do that, even though it'll probably be a time save overall. They don't know that, obviously.
There's also with Stardust Rod on Tela that gauntlet gets done really easily.
Oh, Bacchus wine's for sale here. That'll help. That'll take some of the pressure off that single Tela to get the SIDS rolling. Very nice to see there.
There's also Stony didn't open every single chest that was in front of their face, so no adamant armor it seems.
I thought I saw one in the inventory, so
oh really?
That one, but at least has one. So we do have adamant armor parity. There it is.
Oh, beautiful.
Tybalt electing not to go do the tower checks just yet. Gonna going to go cash in the pan first. Also has that rat tail they can check, so...
Ooh, yeah. That rat tail could be one of our required key items. In this case, it's only the darkness crystal and the legend sword.
Did you catch what the... did Stony check the two bosses and the king, queen, the Fate March spots?
I don't think Stony did. I don't think Tybalt did either.
Yeah, not surprised since it's not a key item check there, but we, as opposed to that rat tail, which was a very key item, as that is the darkness crystal, that does give Tybalt a path to the crystal and to Zeromus.
Yeah, this is go mode already, isn't it? If you want to do the giant.
Yeah, it's one of those things where if it were any, obviously, go through here, you're going to want to do the tower before you do that, hoping you find the legend sword. Pigtail's nice. That's going to be an adamant, if I remember correctly.
Jeb, with the adamant, with 2 adamants, and still plenty of free bosses out, I'm considering the Giant of Babel. It's a lot of EXP. I've got my super beefy sets with the adamant armors, and maybe I'll get some Baron cards and I drop an hourglass and I'm good. But it seems enticing.
Yeah, I'd say that having that second adamant armor definitely changes the equation towards the giants not looking quite as daunting as it could be.
Now, it is still extremely daunting, mind you.
Oh yeah, there's still.
I don't mean that it isn't. It's just like comparatively.
CPU at that element spot in particular sounds pretty unpleasant.
Oh yeah, CPU up there. Yeah, and it's still a gamble, mind you. Like, if you go up there to watch the cutscene of the giant walking and stomping around, and then you find, like you said, a CPU at elements or some garbage, and it's like, whatever. I don't want to do this. And then, well, you already spent the time watching the cutscene.
Yeah, you get sort of committed, unfortunately. So Tybalt going back to the underground, gonna at least get the free heal in the back of the dwarf castle, which is good because I don't think he's picked up any camping gear.
I believe camping gear was in like Silvera or some place, I forget, but it was around. But you had to make the decision to spend your hard-earned cash picking up trash from chests to spend it on camping gear.
So, Tybalt gonna check out Dwarf Castle. At least gonna look at these shops here. As Stony making their pan turn in.
Ooh, some elixirs for sale. I don't know if I will buy them, but they're very nice to have, especially for those sets. Instead of Fortella, because a well-placed Ether 2 already puts Stella to maximum MP for the most part. And I think we've seen Ether 2s for sale, but Sid has so much HP, right? And then Elixir really puts him, tops him up.
Yeah, and looks like Tybalt's gonna grab as much as the.
I've been enjoying Tybalt basically be, as we like to call in the community, a loot goblin. Just like opening every single chest. It's like, yeah, all the gear is garbage because all the gears for gadgets I don't have, but the shops are so good, so whatever, just open chest, open chest, open chest. And I like that because that's pretty much what the Flaxibot designed for the most part. In order to get like more equipment power, you probably have to rely more on shops than on treasures. Gold is showing up a little bit earlier. That's kind of funny. Just a couple steps down.
Just really excited to see the party. So the adamants will make this fight a little bit easier because the Sids will be immune to the death.
If I
Instant death.
recall, the spell power in this place is pretty high because they wanted the ailments that the big doll uses to land. So those thunder threes are gonna hurt. Oh wait, but never mind. The thing that hurts is gonna be the virus because adamant armors are immune to elemental damage.
Yeah, those viruses though will be a little sneaky, as they will hit at full strength through the adamant. So, like you said, that's kind of your big concern at the moment. And it looks like Tybalt is respecting that and getting Star Veils ready to go.
I agree. Better safe than sorry, really. Plus, it'll make the fight go faster in the end. Doing some organizing too.
Stony will be joining Tybalt in this Golbez fight here at Dwarf 1.
Oh, interesting. Dropping Tella. Oh.
Well, not
I get it.
really going to need Tella's magic for this fight, so makes sense to just make sure that help to give increased chances that your Sids are going to survive.
Yeah, exactly. I totally get it. Since the Shadow Dragon is gonna drop characters until there's only 2 remaining. If one of them is already pre-drop and that's Stella, and Stella is not gonna contribute much to the fight, then yeah, by all means, pre-drop it.
Golbez helping out the party by hitting the Sid with a Star Veil and doing a third of his HP to himself. So thank you very much, Golbez.
Yikes.
Who's ha-ha-haing now?
Who could be waiting for us? Ooh, Dark Imps. Wait, is it Dark Imps or Mylon?
I think it's Dark Imps. I don't believe you get the off-color robe. Oh, you only get that at the dancing spot.
Oh, the dancing spot. Gotcha. Thank you. Well, that's one less reason to go up to the Giant of Babel, since this is a free boss in quotes.
Yeah, we have seen King Queen Eblin. We have seen the Dark Imps as our bosses that either are very easy scripted or not having the boss bit that we can take advantage of. We still have the Kaipo guards and the Baron guards unaccounted for. So
Underwater Hack, I think, should be around too.
yes, we have not seen the Water Hack either. Thank you.
So those are 3 bosses that could, if they are the Giant of Babel, especially if the Water Hog were to be element spot, that will be huge. But that is a gamble and a half.
Yeah. Though we've seen almost the entirety. I think we've seen almost the entirety of the overworld, save for the Baron thrones. So we're starting to run out of bosses as far as where they can be.
Yup. Is Tiba gonna remember the Warp Glitch? Ooh, another adamant. Did you put the adamant on Tella? That's what I'm wondering. Like having 3 adamants at this point. Of course, a couple are gonna go to the sets, but Tella, like a 15 to wisdom and the willpower would be huge for the old man.
Yeah, that does start to run into problems with agility though, because that.
Oh yeah, true.
Because he gets up to at late games, I think he gets up to about 10 agility, so that puts you at 25. You've got plenty of ninja hats and crystal rings to get him over that 28 breaking point for Zeromus as far as his speed, but really don't want. Then you're gonna be outpacing some of those Sids.
So yeah, like adamant armors for Sid, adamant crystal for Sid, and then adamant ninja hat for Tela, putting him at 28 agility. Hear me out. I mean, there was that one like I forget what it was. Maybe it was 65 or like OMG. I think it was OMG that I had a seed where Coco was selling ninja shirts, and and it was like Omni extras, and I just put ninja shirts on everyone. It's like, yeah, everyone's fast, so it's fine.
Yeah, the ambidextrous flag, wacky flag, letting you put, armor in any armor slot. 3 heroine robes, 3 ninja hats. Always a fun time.
Yeah, because I think it was like an edge hero, and I was like, oh yeah, instead of making edge slow, I'll make everyone else fast. That'll work.
Honestly, that's one of the fun things about the ambidextrous flag set. We do find Artemis bows here. Speaking of making things go fast, Artemis bows here in Dwarf Castle. Tybalt did not check this shop.
Ooh la la, that is Sid's best weapon. That boost to agility and strength is absolutely huge for Sid.
It really is. No, that could help Stony make up a lot of time. Could help Stony make up a lot of time because a couple steps behind getting through Dwarf Castle still needs to get through that alt gauntlet to get to the tower key. Excuse me, to get into go mode like Tybalt is. Is going to go up here to fight the Magus sisters at the top of the lower tower. But
yep.
That offensive boost will potentially go a long way in helping Stony kind of make up some ground here.
And the thing is that this flag set is K Ming and K Moon. There is no summons, but the Moon is on, and I can totally see a world where Stony is like, oh yeah, let me go into the Moon because there's more like key item density. So there's like a higher chance that I'll get not only levels, but a higher chance that I'll find the tower key and Legend Sword when the tower key was down at the Barony all along, and Stony just decides to fade it. There's a world where that happens.
Yeah, it's not necessarily the worst play with the knowledge that they would have. It's one of those things where not. The tower key could be anywhere on that moon. It makes sense to follow the density play rather than do a slow check in the gauntlet, because even with the equipment they have, the gauntlet takes a lot of time.
Yeah, even with a Stardust Rod on Tela, it still takes a little while. I mean, with at that point, you know what? Speaking of adamant armors, you could put the adamant armor on Tela and have him cast virus really fast.
Yes,
I think that would make quick work of the alt gauntlet.
That would be a very good approach. Tybalt getting the Baron key off the boss of Lower Babel and taking care of Wyvern here at the Super Can room, so lighting up the objectives, keeping our tracker Darkblade very busy.
Ooh, mute arrows will make quick work of these 3.
I think Tybalt had an Elven bow that they were utilizing with very good effectiveness. In fact, so does Stony.
Yep. Goodbye.
Yeah, this is where hanging on to your mage, your gear that can take advantage of some of these weaknesses, very handy. Lightning arrow, lit arrows, mute arrows, or elven bows, the rune axe, as you see there. These are the items that you want to. That if you're a newer runner, you want to make sure that you kind of keep in your back pocket, because they can make the difference between a 3 to 5 minute fight versus a 1 to 2 minute fight.
Oh yeah. Sometimes it can just win you fights. I'm like, alright, like some Asura fights, if you have mage equipment, you kind of like crush it, and if you don't, it can be just a slog, and then you can even suffer for it.
Yeah, no. If I see like if I have a character that can use the mute knife early game, and I grab one at a shop, or if I want to shop early game, I usually try to spend the money on it because that can get you through a very unpleasant Asura on Ordeals or some other on another place.
T-Bolt is well into the tanky items too, and Sony is as well. So any XP they get will be doubled. The moon looks pretty tempting for that EXP play.
Yeah, I don't disagree there. Also see
Interesting.
we did get that Baron key. That I think that might be good for Stony because that puts him at Baron or puts them at Baron Castle, so it gives them the opportunity to look at that Baron one more time and say, "Yeah, let's go there," or "Nah," they could still choose to pass on it,
I
but
mean,
it at least
the,
puts it
th-
in the path.
the thing is, like, the thing with Baron is that without the Odin spot check being useful and being a key item, Baron as a check is so slow. Like just doing the two fights and there's the cutscene of going up to the throne and then getting out with the stones and then walking down to the Baron trash can, as we like to call it, and getting the key item. It's a whole thing. So I understand if Sony just decides to use Faded.
And it would be a perfectly justifiable decision because exactly for the reasons you said. It is slow. The same reason for continue to fade the all gauntlet Baron in. You could potentially get through some of these lunar fights faster and get the experience bonus as well.
Shoutouts to Stoney looting that Evelyn, that Tower of Babel and finding like a power armor, a power share or two, and a free Artemis bow.
Yeah,
Those states are get it out.
yeah, definitely. I would say I would say that Stony has the gear advantage right now because of that play. I think there was another ribbon as well in those.
Very good. People finding Cure 3s in the lunar shop, the Hemingway shop, that is really good. Cure 3s are, especially if your healer is Tella, only one. Dude, those Cure 3s are beautiful.
Yeah, normally at the end game, you're using Sid as a chemist to throw those cure threes and other healing items to help keep other party members alive. So I could see some of those Sids that don't have adamant armors equipped filling that role.
Oh my! Tybalt going to the giant. Not
Yeah,
waiting for that lightning sword.
I like this play. I like this play. You've got go mode in hand. You've got 3 adamant armors, or 2 or 3 adamant armors. I don't remember exactly how many Tybalt has at this point in time, but it's pretty strong gear. Like I said, there's a like we talked about earlier. There's a few fights that I'm gonna be very sad to see if they're here, but there's still a lot of fights outstanding that I'm like, okay, this is great. So I like the play. I think that it's more. I think Tybalt likely is going to be able to get through this and be ready to go fights soon.
Now, let's see what Tybalt finds in the giant in the first place.
Now that is obviously the curveball here. We've seen Wyvern, we've seen Ogopogo, we've seen oh, we've now
See,
seen
this is what I
Veritas.
was talking about, man. This is what I was talking about.
Yeah, I do believe that Tybalt has picked up at least 1 hourglass.
Oh, well, coffins will work. Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
this is
coffin,
good.
life glitch. No, not it for life. Oh, yes. There it is, coffin, life glitch. Oh, beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Oh no.
Oh, coffins came out too fast. Oops. Oops. That's missing out on like 10k EXP or something. Ouch.
Yeah, to be honest, I would have been half tempted to reset to try and get those glitches
Honestly,
back. You
honestly,
don't have to.
with how fast that fight goes, I will do it personally because I value having high levels in this game. because I'm not very good at the game.
Yeah, no, I would have. Oh, jeez.
I was
freest
talking
giant
about
you could have
this.
asked for. This is.
This is what I was talking about. I was saying earlier we haven't seen a lot of free bosses, and here we go.
It does look like Tybalt's going to be able to get some life glitches off on the officer here, which will make up for missing out on the experience with the Baron guards. I think that looks like 2.
Very nice.
Very
Wow,
nice.
double life
That's a huge
glitch.
boost. This is your, see, you gave him a very nasty hook route, and you apologize with a very nice giant.
Sometimes the Sea Generator has jokes, but sometimes the Sea Generator feels merciful.
Yeah. Good news for Stony, they are working through this alt gauntlet here at the Baron Inn spot, going through Senator Crocodile and the rest of the Barovian Senate, and we'll get that tower key. Going to feel a little bad having done Lower Babel already, but that will put them in go mode as well.
Yup. There is a world where the Legend Sword is in Baron too. Like if Stony decides to do Baron because Baron is right there next to Baron Town. It's perfectly possible that the Legend Sword could be there and that the moon is like haunted with a spoon and the magma key.
Oh, absolutely. With the number of key items we've seen everything but the magma key, the spoon, and the Legend Sword, like you said. So yeah.
There is like a slightly higher chance that a key main check will have a thing that red and key moon. Forget differences, but it is something that I will definitely consider. But there's also the EXP play. Like the moon grind is a real grind.
Yeah, not knowing what weights on the giant. We know thanks to Tybalt going through, completing the giant, and getting his crystal to be in go mode. Just how easy that giant's going to be for Stony as well. But Stony doesn't know that. Just for all Stony knows, it could be that CPU we talked about.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like Tybalt did a gamble, and that's we always say in Discord. Tybalt's name is Tybalt the Gambler. That's what he do. He likes doing that. So getting the EXP from the giant straight to land in the well down onto Troya because of the passing hand, crystal in the other, ready for Zeromus.
Yeah, I was Tybalt routed this seed phenomenally well. Getting that Baron in, sticking through that gauntlet fight. Not a fun fight, very slow fight, but deciding to go through that and get that off the table rather than come back for it just made a nice clear path to go mode.
Yeah.
Was that a stack of echo notes there for?
I am not sure.
Yeah, there's 20 echo notes. How many star veils do they have? That's 19 star veils.
Yeah, but they're level 51. This is not 1200 strats.
Yeah, no, that's why I was a little bit surprised because we talked about 1200 strats earlier, where you utilize Romus's counter script and star veils to have Z do damage to themselves, but well, Tybalt doesn't have the Artemis bows or the offensive equipment that Stony has, so might just be looking at it going 1200 may still be faster.
Fair enough. It could be. We'll see what Tybalt does. It is gonna definitely be interesting. I mean, maybe Tybalt bought the items ahead of time just in case before the free giant presented itself, right?
Possibly, Stony getting through the super cannon, taking care of that wire. I would guess going to be making the giant play now that they're not necessarily looking for that last key item.
Oh man, if we got level 34 with this party, giant, it's kind of scary. But even then, we have all of these adamant armors, so there's that. We see the C flag and chat, and you know, we changed what Zeramus looks like because Zeramus cannot be placed in any other place. So, as we like to ask around these parts, whose butt are we gonna kick tonight?
Is it cute? Is it scary? Will we have to make one to kick it?
Wow!
Magneto?
Hella, welcome to die. That sprite is badass though. Wow, that's so cool.
That is a very nice Z spread, yeah.
But yeah, what is Tybalt doing? First, we had the main objective of having one of, you know, in the fantasy of it all, having one of Luge's robots punch Luge. And then is he doing reflex? Well, reflex, you know what I mean.
Alright. Looks like they're setting up for it.
Yeah. Yep. Starvels. Yep. This is 1500 strats with 4000 HP.
Well, again, you know,
No valid.
even with the admin armors and the strength boosting gear, you know, we saw that those Sids aren't doing a lot of damage just because of the inaccuracy of Sid's weapons, as well as the relatively low attack power of them. I mean, the rune axe, I think, is what, 90 or 100 attack power, but 60% accuracy. So you're not necessarily getting a lot of big hits off those. So this, Tybalt may be looking at this going, I do 1200 strats. Yeah, it's time consuming, but Zeromus is going to be doing, the consistent damage to himself. This may be faster overall, or may just be having fun.
You know, knowing Tybalt, Tybalt might as well just be having fun. Maybe he just wanted to do 1200 strats for the get-go, and just, I'm gonna do them anyways. I wanted to do them.
I do enjoy 1200 strats. They're fun.
They're very involved and very different. They're like, it's like you stop playing the game and you start playing like a puzzle, like a game within the game. And I think Tybalt bought a few elixirs too, so... Yep. So the way 1200 strats work is that they are supposed to be done. You need a minimum of 1200 HP. So to be able to endure the nerfed Big Bangs, there is a way to like make the Big Bang attack power lower. And once you have that, you basically inflict magic attacks on Zeramus repeatedly that deal no damage, in order to make Zeramus keep flinging nukes and get the nukes reflected back at him. And because no damage happens, Zeramus doesn't trigger his counter script that refills his HP, basically. And so you just don't need levels. You only need good timing, good party management, good item management, good resources, and you're good. But it takes a while.
Yeah, because generally you're sitting through 2 casting animations at a time, and fortunately the poison not hitting Zeromus there, so not taking a direct counter nuke attack on any of these Sids.
Ooh, one of Stoney's, like, Stoney, one of the Sids had mute arrows, I believe, and did actually silence the guard, which is really good. Because I believe Tella has already... Tella keeps failing the stone cast. We've all been there, Stoney. We've all been there.
Hashtag tell a life.
Hashtag tell a life with the stone cast. But hey, that did get the life glitch off. That's a huge boost.
That is a big help there, getting that extra 100,000 HP or experience points.
I don't know that Stony can, like, at the very least, without a wipe from table, I don't know that Stony can make up the time with just sheer power. But it is possible, as we like to say in the community, Sermos is never free.
Yeah,
So
I have not
this
been
can
counting.
go downhill pretty fast and pretty easily if table isn't like on top of things.
Yeah, having to take a few seconds here to use some Cure 3s here, extending the fight a little bit.
Oh, then but the
back
Black
up.
Soul comes, and then the walls, the reflex go away. That's scary.
Yeah,
But I think table has a pretty good consistent strategy that they're maintaining it for the long term. As long as they don't run out of items, I think people should be good.
Yeah, they've got and that's the thing. There's a few different ways you can go about doing this, but as long as you've got that rhythm, you should be in good. Tibble should be in good shape. A lot of runners will buy 16 or 17 vampires to start off the fight, because then they can do some help take away some early damage at a safe number without triggering that counter script that you had mentioned, but also healing the party back up so they don't have to take that time to cure 3 everybody.
Yeah, but you gotta count HP. Who wants to count?
Yeah, that's why I think it's either 16 or 17 is that magic number.
Ooh. That's another seat down, and the other seat isn't looking too hot. That's what the elixir was for.
Yeah, definitely that elixir pickup being very coming in very handy there for Tibble right now. The Stony working through the fight here doesn't have the coffins that Tibble had, so these fights are taking a little bit more time.
Yeah. The damage output is pretty good though on this set, all things considered. And the life potions are coming up. Thing is that Tibble got a double life glitch on the officer, and the officer is the monster that has the most EXP in the fight, if I recall correctly. It gets to shoot it that way.
Yeah, I think Stony fortunately did get that life glitch on one of the Baron guards, so I think it probably balances out for the most part.
Yeah, it does.
Getting over 400,000 experience for one fight.
Yeah, it does. It absolutely does. Wow, look at that. Wow, that Stony's party is going to be real powerful. T-Bolt is back with three sets, looking good.
Yeah, one thing that's been hampering Tybalt's efforts here, not always able to get Star Veils in all the Sids, and Magneto must very clearly noticing which one has the shiny Star Veil in front of them and going, I'm not going to hit that one.
Yep. I mean, it is a pretty tricky fight. Like 1200 strats are already pretty slow, all things considered, and having inconsistent Star Veil usage, it just makes it even slower.
So Stony is in go mode, has the crystal, will potentially be making the same. Oops.
And the thing is that even if T-Bolt runs out of Echo Nodes, you can still use the crystal, like crystal, to trigger a counter nuke from the Ceremas.
Yeah, absolutely. There are a few different ways you can use that. Some of using the Echo Nodes, because they're not going to do any damage and they're a slower cast time than the crystal. Not all of your restorative items will do that. I think diet food in particular is one that Zeromus just goes, nah, I'm not going to react to that.
And that is so weird. I wonder why. I'm sure one of our many Final Fantasy IV scientists in the Discord will tell me. We've got a Discord. You should join it. Either if you want to be on the booth or on the other side, racing or whatever. We're a friendly bunch.
Yes, absolutely. Our Discord is a great place to learn about the game, join many of our many community clubs, such as the Baron Heroes Journey, which is in its how many seasons is this up to?
5.
see,
Big
5
fight.
seasons. This is one of the old. This is I think this is one of the oldest active clubs.
Yeah, I've been around the block a little bit. I'm the person that when the hero flag dropped, I stood up until 4 a.m. playing a stage with Jank Hero on 2 starting claws, like cat claws, because I really liked it. So I made a clip about it.
Yeah, no,
Oh my gosh, I forget how long 1200 takes. Holy cannoli.
yeah,
But again, Tybalt is prepared. Tybalt is ready.
yeah,
Elixirs, the Echo Nodes, the Star Bells, all the resources needed. You just gotta execute. Just execute forever.
yeah, yeah. This is why if runners see them, they'll pick up the vampires to get that damage, get that HP down a little bit faster, help out. There's variations in this that'll have a black mage such as Fusoya, even Tella if he hadn't been destroyed by his own creations in this flag set. Uh, do a reflecting some spells off of the Star Veils as well to help.
I mean, I said that it was surprising if Stony could, win this race, but without a wipe from Tybalt. But man, Tybalt is taking a while. I am not counting HP. If someone was counting HP, they will know how close or how far away they are, but I haven't. If I recall, it was like the 1200 strats took like 15 or 20 minutes, or was that edit strats? I forget, but it took a while. I think that's all of the elixirs, though. I think
it's starting to run low on some of those resources. I think through the Cure 3s as well. No, they got 16 more.
Oh, he's still got plenty of Cure 3s.
Yeah, I misread that. I think I confused the number on the elixirs with the Cure 3s order. So at least the Cure 3s will be enough to keep those Sids above the 1200 range. So in good shape there.
Yeah, but the thing is that the least amount of party members that Tybalt has, the more turns Romus will take, and the more black holes are gonna be coming out. So the more service you gotta use, ironically, despite having less targets to apply service to. But I mean, that also means that nukes come out faster, I guess. Well, no, not really, because sometimes Thermos does throw out nukes normally as part of his trip, but
yeah,
it is tricky. It is tricky.
Yeah, the viruses in this phase will help out a little bit.
Oh, yikes! Is this nerfed? Yes, it is. I mean, if you're throwing out magical items at every waking moment, it is more likely that you'll nerf it. Meanwhile, Stony is just doing the all reliable, just mash A, just attack. With the 2,000 per pop that the states are doing, it's not too bad.
That's basically one of Zeromus's nukes that he's reflecting back at himself every turn. So, but again, that is the difference though between the gear that Stony found getting those Artemis bows versus having to rely on the axes. So,
oh yeah. Honestly, I don't know if Tella has an element or if Tella has like a white chair or something, but the Cure 4s might be nice to have around. Oh my gosh, I thought that Stony... Oh! What are you doing, Tybalt? Was that a mispress? Was that a mispress?
We'll have to ask about that, or may have just been deciding to go with solo Sid to try and limit those resources.
Yeah, fair enough. If you only have one character, you only need to use one Starvel. You only need to use one Cure 3.
Yeah, no.
Oh my gosh, our restreamer is saying that Tybalt only has one Starvel? No way! Is Tybalt running out of resources for this strategy?
Unfortunately, because unfortunately it's they've had to go through enough of the black holes that they have gone through that large stack of star veils, but
Oh no, the commitment.
hopefully very close.
Yeah, no more. No more star veils, it seems, on the inventory. Oofa doofa. At the moment Sid bonks Ceromus for any amount of damage, Ceromus is gonna trigger the counter script that heals him to full HP.
Yeah, more than likely.
Oh,
Does have that moon veil.
Yeah. The moon veil. I totally forgot about the moon veil. Moon veil makes the reflect takes last longer, but it's not gonna run out before black hole anyways. Oh boy, this is a nail biter. Stony is over here like chipping down Ceromus, no problem. Those adamant armors making those seats tanky as heck. The magic defense of like through the roof. Still, you know, Ceromus is Ceromus. He's dangerous, but T-Bolt is against the ropes, and Stony is getting there.
Unfortunately, I think that speed of Zerona starting to catch up with Tybalt not able to get that moon veil up because the black holes are...
Oh my gosh. There's the black hole. Meteor on Sony! If Ceromus doesn't die from the very shortly, Sony is gonna take this home. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Is this it? Live? Is Sony going for the meta this late? Thank you so much, Sony. Crack boom! Ceromus goes down. Sony with an upset comes back with the full power of the adamant armor beefy Sids against Tybalt's more slow, methodical strategy and takes it home. GG's, Sony. Well done. Amazingly played.
Yeah, get your GGs in chat. Stony using the old brute force method and taking care of business.
I still hope Tybalt like gets it. Oh, the attack comes out. I'm surprised Tybalt didn't reset. Is there like a clause to the refill that I don't know about that he doesn't do? Nope. There's the reset.
I think that if your last, if I remember correctly, if your direct damage just is enough to clear the HP total, then it, like any other counter script, it just doesn't matter. You've gone over the max HP and it's good to go. It's just, unfortunately that 1800 wasn't enough.
Yeah, regrettably. We'll see if we get Stony here in the booth for an interview. But wow, what a race. That was really exciting.
Yeah, no,
Engie Dave, community member Engie Dave mentioning on chat that the attack was correct because you have one shot to try and finish, because obviously if you defeat Ceromus with your last attack, he doesn't get to counter. Fair enough, yeah, that makes a little sense now. Whew. Man, I got really like hyped up about that. I got really excited.
Yeah, no, again, that equipment, that offensive equipment advantage that Stony had, making the standard berserk strats very quick. That was a quick Z fight, and GG Stony, congratulations on the win.
Good work.
Thank you.
So all reliable brute force, full power steed, beefy burly bearded man just punching Ceromus. It works.
Yeah, I mean, especially with the free fights and on the giant, it kind of gave you enough EXP to just not worry about it. I couldn't for the life of me get that meta objective done, but
it's fine. I appreciate you trying.
But yeah, how about that tower key behind the
yeah
in?
Hey, you got there. You went back for it and you got it. That sounds good to me. You didn't forget about it.
Yeah, I almost went to the moon, and I almost went to commit to that, but I remembered the Stardust in Mysidia. I was like, you know what? It's gonna take but a couple minutes with that Stardust, if that. So let me just give that a peep, because I knew if I didn't do it and it was there, I was gonna severely regret it.
Yeah. I mean, we were talking about in the booth about how the moon at that point has like a higher density of key items plus the EXP play. It was totally like perfectly reasonable to decide to not do that check, which is pretty slow. But you know, just stuck to your guns and you did it, and it was the correct choice. Legend was on the moon. We see on the legend here. The spoiler. Damn. Moon not haunted.
Oh, the legend! I missed that on the spoiler. I didn't realize it was there.
I don't know where on the moon it was, but it was some altar.
Yeah, the White Spear altar.
Oh wow, that would have been found out pretty fast if you go bottom up. And so even the moon play would have been a good one, huh?
Yeah, I just looked at the experience that was potentially on the Giant, and it was honestly a better play, especially after getting that tower key. I mean, there's no sense in looking for something that you really don't need.
Absolutely. I mean, there is a world where the Giant of Babel has some disgusting bosses in it, but you know what? With like 3 adamant armors and those Artemis bows and the really good accessories too, those seats hit it out. They could take on anything that was in the Giant.
Yeah, which was a good change of pace compared to the beginning of the seed, because
Yeah,
I could not find anything anywhere.
yeah. You would think with Team Wild and S-Walk, something will show up. But, I mean, plenty of things did show up, but they weren't just for Sid.
I thought at some point it was T-Pro, because I kept finding these 10 gold, 40 gold treasure chests, and it's like, what is going on here? And then I found that first adamant armor, and I was like, oh, right, that's true, it is T-Wild.
Maybe next time I put, like, some Team Ming, like 2 or 3. So, you know, we were talking about it in the booth, that it felt like an apology from the C generator, how there was a terrible hook route, and then the Giant was like, oh yeah, have 2 free fights back to back.
Yeah, the D-Lunars ended up being a lot bigger of a problem than the Ogopogo was. Once the fight got situated on the Ogopogo, it was just making sure that Tella was keeping everybody up, and luckily I did buy that stack of Ether 1s early on, because that's what kept me alive, and that's what helped me get through that Ogopogo.
Yeah, that's the thing, how, like, Ogopogo, like, D-Lunars was, I mentioned, was a fight of, like a technical fight, of doing, like, techniques and, like, tech to figure out how to navigate that fight, and then Ogopogo was just like a numbers fight. So you did well stabilizing that fight, even after you struggled a little bit with the D-Lunars, which, by the way, not like, you shouldn't feel bad about that, because that fight was also nonsense.
Yeah, I tried to do the Meteo on the first go around, but it didn't pan out, and Tella was getting hit too much, so I figured doing the Cure 4 on that would be a lot better, and luckily he was able to one-shot each one with the 1 Cure 4, so that helped a lot. It's just kind of the RNG of making sure that he just didn't get hit.
They are so fast too. They just only they just punch and punch and punch, and they don't stop. But hey, good work. You know, Tibble has been around for a long time, and I know that you recently started playing in the community and practicing and stuff. You only keep getting better and better, my friend. Keep it up.
I definitely appreciate that. It's been really fun to kind of get into these races. Hoping to get into some more tournaments as they come around. I did the door tournament. I didn't do too bad in that, but
Oh, I mean,
He's got a lot of room to grow,
different
though.
game. Thors is
Oh,
like,
absolutely. But that
it-
was a fun tournament, and
Yeah.
it was great to watch everyone participate in that as well.
we've got some. I believe that there's one more race for that one. Yup, there is one on Monday. Neat. So hey,
Yeah, that'll be game 3 of the finals, if I remember correctly.
exciting. So hey, GG Stony, and thanks again for participating.
Thank you very much. Thank you all for restreaming and running these clubs, and keep at it. And thank you.
Yep, GG.
Thank you.
People back at it again. People with the vengeance.
Yep.
People do not yielding to the magnetism power.
Nope. Definitely gonna stick with those the 1200 strats, but definitely seems to have a much better rhythm this time going, thankfully.
Oh yeah. I wonder if
Yeah.
people bothered to buy more items. I don't think he did.
I think they bought 50. I think he bought 50 Echo notes instead of the 20 that he bought the first time. So gonna have those.
Oh yeah.
Gonna have
I
those in
mean-
stock.
The difference in animations is like night and day. The crystal takes like 3 to 5 seconds. It's so bonkers long.
Yeah,
While the Echo Note is like half a second.
yeah. Like you,
It
like you
adds
said,
up.
you can use the crystal and it works perfectly fine. But that time really adds up.
So I am a fan of that change of strategy. I mean, the true bottleneck was on the Star Veils, so unless people bought more Star Veils, I only see 13. It may be one stack of many, but I don't know.
I think the big difference though is that this time around Tybalt is getting Starvale's up on all 3 SIDS, even on the last run. Even when he was down to 3 SIDS, he was still struggling to get one up on each of them.
That is true.
So he's not
Unlike-
losing those turns.
And Cermus was not helping because Cermus kept targeting the one without the Star Veil, if I recall.
Yeah, no, Magneto definitely saw through Charles's plan there and just went.
What was his name? Dr. X, was it?
Professor X, yeah.
Oh, Professor X, yeah.
Professor X, Magneto, and their machine Cerebro.
Shoutouts, there is a like old cartoon of the X-Men, and it's like Magneto gets defeated by a wooden gun, and it's like a clip from the 60s or something, 60s, 70s.
Ah, yes, I think that was the Fantastic Four cartoon.
Yeah. And it was like the Mr. Fantastic, I believe it was, and Magneto tries to like make the gun turn on him, and he can't. And it's like, no, my magnetic powers. Why won't they obey me? and then it's like, and then he gets brought into the cops by a metal car. and then it's like, haha, I got you, Magneto. It was a wooden gun. And he's like, a wooden gun! And he loses his mind because he got tricked by a wooden gun, and he thought he lost his powers. As he stepped into the machine made of metal that was the police car. All cartoons are something special.
It wasn't until the '90s X-Men series that in the '90s Batman series where they really did a good job with cartoon adaptations of comics and other properties like that.
It was like anything goes back then. It was like, oh yeah, but let's just make an episode. What is it? Well, I don't care. Throw darts at a board. We'll figure something out.
These cartoon writers that are just like, okay, here's what the character looks like. Here's some notes about what the character is. Okay, I can come up with this.
Yeah. Okay, Tybalt is doing much like you said. The rhythm of the fight is basically bonkers fast comparison to previously. It's just going the rolls. Oh, what? Speaking of,
Yep, there's the
GG.
crack. There's the crumble for Tybalt.
That was like 3 times as fast as the previous one. Amazing. GG's Tybalt.
GG Tybalt.
Wow,
Oh,
I am surprised at like how fast this attempt was compared to the previous one. It just goes to show that like little things can really make a big difference for this.
Oh, yeah, little things like the silk web and not having 5 nukes being cast and doesn't have a star veil up.
Yeah.
We just 3 right in a row at center Sid. I'm like, come on.
Yeah, Magneto was having none of your nonsense. He saw right through your plans.
Yeah, he did. Who needs adamant armors? That's just a way to manipulate your agility, right?
I mean, hey, that 15 agility is there for a reason.
Yeah, I never found a curse ring, so finding 3 adamants, I'm like, cool, I don't have to worry about a curse ring.
Yeah, I mean, 3. You heard it here, folks. 3 adamant armor equals 1 curse ring. That's how the math works.
So
Go on.
sorry. The decision to go with the 1200 strats over the Berserk strats, was that what led you towards that decision?
I didn't really find any real great equipment for Sid. Like, if I found Ogre Axes, maybe, or maybe like some extra sandals, but I didn't find anything grandiose for him. And I wasn't planning on a boatload of experience from the Giant.
Yeah, huh? 2 free fights back to back. Oh, baby.
2 free fights with the best amount of experience. I've got confidence. I'm like, I'm going to do this just because it's funny.
Yeah, basically. That's why I made the flex because it was funny.
Yeah, I mean, I thought about some other strategies early on, but then I saw his SL quarter. I'm like, those plans went out right out the window, so...
We were talking about it in the booth, how that giant felt like the seed generator apologizing for the hook route.
God, that hook route. I'm like, what would be the worst thing on the hook route?
Those
Go.
2 were up there for good contenders for sure.
Lunars is fine as long as you get at least one of them as a frog. You're fine.
Even then, the punches were coming and they were coming good.
But you stick D Lunars at like Ruby, it's fine. I can handle
Yeah,
it.
add Ruby, but they weren't add Ruby.
No, they
guy
weren't
at
Ruby. Like, they
came
were
with
hitting.
Pogo.
Yeah, they're still hitting pretty hard, but you know, I had enough to deal with them, and then you stick Pogo Pogo, and I'm like, oh, I got nowhere else to do. I don't want to grab Sirens and go to Ordeals. I don't want to do it.
I mean,
Even though that's only a minor help because your HP is growing, which means his waves are going to do even more.
I mean, here's the thing. I mean, it was Inu XP.
Oh, is Inu XP?
Job, you were so locked in your strategy that you didn't even notice. That's kind of bonkers cool.
Probably would have realized like after the first encounter, like, why didn't I get experience? Okay, me amps it is now.
Good thing you didn't try to do a D machine. Oh boy.
Yeah, really.
Oh, I saw Cyber Cell. There was no thought of doing a D machine or a Mac Giant. Just
Fair enough.
not even a thought in my mind.
That is good. I believe Stony found Artemis bows for sale somewhere, and I also found like some laying around. But you know, that's the thing with T1 as well. It's kind of like whatever you find, That's what you work with.
Yeah, I found a Sammy bow and I found an Elven bow, which were nice. Artie bows might have been for sale in Baron. I had checked every shop because I was like, I'm probably doing 1200 from the get-go, so it's like I already started planning out, okay, where are my Star Veils, where are my Echo Notes? And I couldn't find Cure 3s anywhere.
Oh yeah.
So I picked up the 5 elixirs going, well, this is going to be better than nothing.
For sure. I mean, good thing you finally found the good 3s.
Yeah, I probably would have gone back and picked up more elixirs or dropped it down to like BS6 and grabbed Cure 2s. Because BS6 allows you a lot more free time in between big bangs to heal up or do more damage. Pick your poison.
Yeah. So, GG's. What? Any last thoughts on the scene?
No, just a very, very rude hook route. Do we get to see what Wyvern had for a cast, or was he just gone so fast?
Oh, God, he went.
Yeah, I know. Both of you just made very short work of that wyvern.
I'm always curious what happens with Wyvern. It's like you don't get to see it. Like, was it the mythical Wyvern where it's retreat or kamikaze explode vern?
That would have been funny considering it was the super cannon room.
Yeah. Yeah, it's too bad they got rid of Big Bang Vern.
Yes, too bad. Yeah.
Or just stick Big Bang. Just stick that Wyvern at Ribbon Room. It's fine. Okay, fine.
In quotes, it's fine. Anyways, GG's Tybalt again. Good show.
GG's. Always fun.
G, well run.
Any other questions?
Nope.
Nope.
Take
Thank
care.
you again, Mo, for racing tonight.
Not a problem. It's always fun. Thank you for doing the restreaming, doing the tracking, and the commentating. It's always a pleasure to watch these back. So I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your morning, day, or night, whichever it may be for you.
Same to you. Take care. Okay, and that's been our community club showcase. Like we said, there is a good chance we'll get a race Monday here of some doors, but even then, keep an eye out on this channel, and we're gonna be raiding over to Rexol the Gamer Dad. Who Rexol has been playing the game recently, has been getting better at it and stuff. So go cheer up on Rex.
Go check them out. Give them a look. And Alchemy, thank you for commentating with me. Thank you to Beauty Discovery for restreaming, and thank you to Darth Plagle for pushing the buttons and tracking for us. Much appreciated. Thank you all. Yeah.
Take care, everyone. See you next time.
Take care.